Here to keep the chase going, share information, spread unity, preserve our heritage and our culture. We're trying to achieve something that you just can't catch. We're always trying to find a better way, trying to make better dogs. That's what Dixie Doggers Podcast is. That's who we are. Good afternoon, everybody. We got Joey and Nate here with Dixie Doggers Podcast. Putting another one down.
Yes, indeed.
Putting another one down. Because there's so many people that they love to hear us talk, and they love to hear us give advice, and they love to hear our points of views. Then there's a lot of them that don't like to hear us. And so that's the main ones I'm making it for. So Thank you for listening.
Yes.
And we have with us this afternoon, we got a guest another guest from Florida. We've had a few of them the past few months from that area. Got a lot of hog hunters down that way.
Yes.
And they, of course, there's different scenery everywhere as you go through Florida. You can hunt all different kinds and types of terrain, from a little place to place. So it's a big difference. You're not going to hunt the same exact spot the way you would the next spot every time. So we got one of the guys, we call him ET, and with the Motion Boys from down there in Florida. So what's happening, my man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice to be talking to y'all today.
Yeah, man.
We're all the way checking in from South Florida.
Hell yeah. Are y'all good? Is it hot down there?
Hot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's starting to get a little warm.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. It's pretty warm here. But I think yesterday and today it's been just a little bit cooler. We had, I guess you call it a little cool front come through, and it's in the low 90s, so it's not too bad.
Yes, sir. We had a nice little breeze coming in this morning. I was actually in the woods this morning.
Hell yeah. Did y'all do any good?
We had one bathe. We had missed him, though, but we did have one bathe.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the biggest part of it is finding them.
Yes, sir.
What do you think causes those misses?
Yes, sir. It gets too hot over here by 9:30, and about ready to get out of here.
I imagine.
Yeah.
So just a quick question, just your opinion. What do you think causes a lot of misses? Because I know we've hunted around a lot of palmettos, and I think a lot of times the bulldog runs past the pig, and then they cut back, and that pig, they do a little juke out from what I've seen. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Well, I think there's a lot of different ways that cause them. It depends on if the hog's like today, this morning, it was in a rough spot. Mm-hmm. We were coming up through a head, and he was in a thick little pile of water and sawgrass and palmetto heads, and we sent the catch dog from the wrong side. We should have probably walked around outside the head and set them from outside the head in.
Mm-hmm. But explain what you're calling the head for some of the listeners. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but there's some listeners that don't.
Yes, sir. So like a palmetto head, which is like a plant, we have a lot down here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of places where we like the hogs like to stay at over here. So it's like these big plants that push up together, and they're in a lot of these heads that are, you got the big trees and you got your palmetto heads on the ground.
Yeah.
Flutter on the ground. But they were on the edge of that in some water. So I'm thinking maybe we sent the catch dog from the wrong side instead of getting in front of the hog. But there's a whole bunch of different things that I feel like can cause a hog to break. Maybe too much pressure from the bay dogs, the catch dog hitting it not on the head. If it comes in on the ass side and doesn't, just grabs whatever, maybe, you got too many dogs on the hog.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of ways that will cause a hog to break.
Appreciate you saying, hey, I think we made a mistake, because there's so many people that go, hey, that dog just missed. Ask that dog. And some people, they just don't put up with it at all, and they don't ever think to do any kind of strategy on their end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm definitely a firm believer that there's a lot of things that you can adjust to help your dogs, and you could have done better in situations to, overcome some of the problems that I faced before.
That's right. Ain't no doubt. So what kind of dogs are you running?
Yes, sir. Well, right now I got my two oldest ones right now are two dogs that I bred. They're hound dog crosses, the red bone, and Catahoula hound. Like it's an old school Catahoula hound, a dog that I got from Alabama. And I crossed them together, and that's what I got.
Team
And I have two dogs out of that.
Every person that we have talked to from Florida, they have that exact cross.
Yes, sir.
The red bone is big.
Yeah, the red bone, I've noticed like it's really dominant there. There's a lot of people that like the red bone and the Catahoula crosses.
Yes, sir. This is what I ran up on, and it's been working for me. I have the daughter and the son off of the two dogs I used to run when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it was an accidental breeding, and I got two puppies out of the litter. And those are my best two dogs right now. But, you know, the only thing I'd say about them is I wish they had more bite. They don't have enough, like, grit.
Okay.
But I just crossed them into a cur dog, which that was an accidental breeding too, but they were crossed into some grittier dogs. So I have a litter of puppies right now out of that hound dog that is 50% hound dog, 50% cur dog, which the dad being the cur dog and him having a lot more bite.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that might be more what you're looking for there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I was definitely looking for, adding into them type of dogs with something with more bite.
Are they silent dogs, or they open up, or they bark on track?
They are for the most part silent. I'm not gonna sit here and sit here and lie to nobody and say they're fully silent and they're not gonna bark on nothing. But you know, for how I have these dogs, you sit here and look at them, you be like, God damn, that looks like a straight hound dog. These dogs, you know, they stay silent for the most part. Like they stay shut. You're not gonna hear them open up on every track they hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of people to vouch for me that have seen them. Their dad was a red bone hound. He was fully silent, and their mom was the Catahoula hound that she yipped on trail.
Okay.
And got some like in between stuff. I've heard them. They really like to make like yips behind the hog. Like if a hog's like, you know, breaking, they'll yip a couple times, but they don't do too much of that trail barking like nonstop running and gunning and barking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. That's I think, you know, I think there's a lot of people that when they say their dogs are silent, that's more or less what they're talking about is the dogs, like, because like we got a lot of dogs that are like that too. They're mostly silent, but I mean, if something's hot, real hot, or if it gets up or if it breaks, like you said, they start yipping. And it's not a bad thing, honestly, because like the way I personally like to run, I like to put one dog down, maybe two. And then if, you know, you get on something that breaks or moves, if they yip some, I can throw another dog or two on the ground and let it get some help to them.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
that tends to help. So, but that's pretty cool. I'm still tripping on the whole red bone Catahoula. How many people are running those? And the crazy part is we just got some from a friend of ours.
Some coon hunters.
Yeah, they're coon. Which those dogs right there, they've done everything.
Yeah, they're meat dogs in general.
Yeah. No,
yes, sir.
But like I said, I don't know what they're going to be yet. They're still pups. They're still young.
There's some odd little dogs.
Yeah,
a little feral.
Yeah, they don't like to be touched. That's for sure.
No,
we had to trap them so we could get.
Yeah, I had to set a foothold to catch two of them. I couldn't catch them out of the yard. They escaped and they wouldn't come to me.
So, on the so we got the type of dogs that you're running, the breedy dogs that you're running. What kind of properties? How big are your properties? And you know, give us a scenario of how you go through a morning, or like the way you would hunt, like what all you would do.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna give you a little scenario of the property that we're gonna be heading to tonight. So I'm gonna be going out tonight. So this property we're going to today it's more of like pasture type of property, and it's probably like, I'm not sure how many acres, but I'd say probably like 2,000 acres, mixed with like swamp, cypress heads, palmetto patches, open pasture for cows, and they back up. It backs up to like cane and the sugar cane. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but we have a lot of sugar cane down here.
We've never hunted it.
Seen pictures of it.
Yeah, I've just never hunted it.
Yes, sir. But there's a lot of just little thick areas, which the area we're going to isn't that great for hogs, but it holds some. It used to be better in the day, but the Panthers are now getting bad in there. I'm pretty sure kicking them all out.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's something that we haven't really got to talk to anybody about is, having predators out there like that. We've had some discussions about alligators and maybe a bear,
sure.
Maybe some bears, but never panthers or pythons or anything like that. So you guys have to deal with that.
Yes, sir. The area we hunt in does have panthers on it. Probably like a month ago, we were running some hogs and running some dogs near a huge palmetto patch in the area, and picked up side by side headlights. Seen a panther on the edge of the palmetto hedge going in.
Damn.
Had to put them dogs up.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine so, because that could be.
Because Florida Fish and Game sure did not want you messing with those.
Yeah. They did not want that happening.
No mercy on that.
We don't have to worry about anything like that, like any kind of. I guess we're pretty lucky on that most of the time. Like we got armadillos and coyotes and just
the biggest
shit like
thing
that.
out there is pigs.
Yeah.
That's about it here.
Yes, sir.
So do y'all have to deal with a lot of gators?
Yeah, yes, sir. In different areas, it's like all over here is like an area thing. So like different areas is gonna bring you more of different species. So there's some spots that I've hunted that you certain areas. Like if you know the spot well enough, areas where you don't want your dog going. There's some areas that if your dog hits like crosses this canal or swims over here, you need to be right there on top of that dog or not let it go at all. And I'm very hard on my dogs on, where they're going, and I try to stay on top of them because them gators, as soon as they hit that water, if you're in the right spot, they're coming to get that dog.
I got you. You ever lost any dogs to gators?
No, sir. I have not lost any dogs, but that's probably my worst fear. Like anybody that knows me and hunts with me knows I do not play about no gators.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That could be
those things
rough.
Are scary. They haven't evolved for 600 million years. They're apparently pretty good at what they do.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I try to stay away from them.
Yeah, I know when we was down in South Georgia, just being down there in the Sewanee, they was talking about gators in the river, and I was like, we're in this black water with these alligators. I was like,
They were in all the ditches.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of them. Well, so let's get back to the scenario where you're going to go hunt. Like, tell us what you do. How many dogs you put down, you road hunt, you rig hunt, or what? Give us some stuff on that.
Yes, sir. So we hit the buddies up. Said right now, so what we're gonna do today, I'll probably bring in one of them hound dogs. I'll bring one of them hound dogs. I usually run them on the ground. Like I drop and run and ride them, and let them run and hunt. Because they're more of a type that's going to go out in front of you and run and hunt. And, they pick up a track, they're going to go run off on it. So a lot of the hunting we do with them hound dogs, at least, and my buddy has some cur dogs he runs like that with them. We just drop them and coast around and drop at spots we know where hog activity has been, and they're going to go, and hunt. They smell a track, they're definitely going to go roll out on it. And
we hunt a lot like that. A lot of times too with some cur dogs. How far ahead do they stay in front of y'all?
It's just all depending, but they gonna stay probably like if we pull up to a head, they gonna go hunt that head. They gonna go in there and go beat the bush down in it and smell if there's anything in there. If we just riding around and they don't smell, they gonna keep checking it, they gonna be running past us and then just go off and just keep, they already know, stay stay around us, but not like really around us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they're not going to be under your. They're not going to be on your damn feet. They're
yeah,
but they're hunting the whole time.
Staying
busy.
It's hard.
Which I mean, like I said, over the years, I've had all different types of dogs, and that probably some of my favorite ones have been dogs that just, like kind of like you're describing in a way. We road hunt them. They just stay out in front of the buggy or the truck. They stay out a couple 100 yards. If they hit a track, bam, they take off, and they're gone. And then if we stop, they'll come straight to the vehicle or the buggy or whatever, check in, and then they'll roll out and go to hunt. But they don't hunt real far. They go out 400, 600 yards and then come back if there was nothing there. And that was the ones I liked. But most of those were rougher dogs too, though. They weren't real good bay dogs. They were more rough.
Yes, sir.
And that can cause you a lot of damn problems with all them rough dogs. We catch a lot of hogs with them. But what kind of catch dog do you use?
Right now, I got 3 game dogs, which I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with, the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, I got me a little female catch dog I've been using. That's my little bad bitch right there.
Hell yeah.
She about 35 pounds. She's Jeep red boy rascal on top and old family red nose on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I got her from some guy that been breeding dogs, and that bitch, she's the real deal.
Hell yeah.
And then I got 2 other younger males that are coming up right now, one out of Alabama and one out of New Jersey, that I got brought down here to South Florida, and I'm waiting for them to grow all the way up to start taking them. But I'm heavy on the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yeah, we like them ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I like them for everything. It don't matter.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Anything you put them to.
Yep. I wish. And there's a lot of breeds that are really good, and they excel at what they do. But man, if all of them were like the real American Pit Bull Terrier, it'd be it'd be easier.
It'd be a lot different, is it?
Yeah, no shit.
Have y'all seen any anybody with dogos y'all way?
I know a few guys. There's 2 or 3 over the past right at 20 years that I know that have been really good. The majority, they're not what I like. I'm not saying that they weren't good, because I didn't hunt with them. So it's one of those deals. I don't want to be one that's going to try to make an assumption on shit, but at the same time, they were constantly missing hogs. They let go. They get slung off a lot, and I'm not saying that as the whole breed, but I'm just saying the ones that I knew. But
yes, sir.
Eric Rhodes, right now he has one. He's got a female, that some bitch right there that's a dogo that I would definitely turn loose myself. That some bitch is bad. And the other ones, there was a dog named Hemi, and that's been 15 years ago, I guess. And that was a hell of a dog. Now, other than that, like I said, really, there's not a lot of people that I personally know that are running dogos.
We'll be back after a quick break.
And now, thanks to the sponsors and friends of Dixie Doggers. Animal Housing Solutions.
Boars N Broads.
Crockett Taxidermy.
Hardcore Hog Dogs.
Southern Cross Cut Gear.
Ada Y Transport.
4L Kennels.
The American Doghorn Museum.
Unique Hounding Hunting Supply.
Hogbaying.com.
Tuskers Magazine.
Mud Creek Hog Dog Trials.
Yes, sir. I don't see many of that down here. I do have a friend that has one dogo that he does use, but I've never owned one myself.
Is his pretty good? A good solid dog, or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because you know
he'll get it done.
Go ahead. I was going to say because there's so many people that you know they're down on the breed because you know they call them no-goes and all that, and I mean, like I said, I've had a couple over my lifetime, but I've never had anyone that I wanted to keep.
Yeah.
So
sir.
you know, like I said, I can't make an assumption on all the rest of them, but it just ain't nothing like the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yes, sir. 100%. I agree with that.
We used to take we used to do a lot of crosses with the pits, cross them with different bird dog, you know, make bird bulls and stuff like that. That was one of the dogs we ran a lot.
Yes, sir.
And
have y'all seen any like these like a game dog hound dog cross?
Yeah, I know a couple of guys that run them.
Yes, sir.
And they do really well.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one day because I got a lot of that in my yard. I've never crossed it though, but
yeah, I think they had the best luck with a 3/4 hound and a 1/4 pit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Maybe breed one of my game dogs to my hound dogs and having it take that puppy and breed it back into it to get that 25%.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one of them deals there where it's, you know what, I guess whatever works best for you. If you give it a try, that might turn out to be the best thing for you. But then again, you know,
yes,
I don't know. But I know, like I said, some of the guys that I know, they have. There's a few of them in Louisiana, in South Mississippi, and they do a red bone and pit cross, and then there's another. Let's see, I know 2 or 3 guys that run the plot with a little bit of bulldog in it.
Yes,
and usually those are real rough dogs. You know, they're real rough. But they damn sure get it done.
Yes, sir.
That's for sure. So how big is hog hunting where you're at? I mean, like, is it just everybody? Does everybody do it?
Oh yeah. Like it's gotten bigger over the years. Like over the years, there's definitely like right now it's really like it's cool to be a hog hunter. Like how do I say it? Like there's a lot of people that really don't understand like dogs and making a dog and breeding dogs and you know starting your own line and you know actually creating successful dogs and actually know what a good hog dog is. There's just a lot of people. I'd say younger kids, like a little bit younger than me because I'm young myself. I'm 19 years old, but like the 16-year-olds right now, there's a lot of people. You know, they just run around. It's cool to be a hog hunter now. So, but a lot of people I feel like do not understand, like the younger generation, at least my age, do not understand like the real, like a dog man's mindset, you know, and what it really is to be like a dog man.
Yeah. They
just out there, you know, trying to look good, catch hog and take a picture.
I agree. You were just feeding your dogs, wasn't you?
Yes, sir. I fed my puppies up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, see, just being on the phone, just listening like that, I could tell what you were doing. And that's why when you're saying that, like you have a mindset, you got responsibility that you have to do, and you got to take care of them, and you got to hunt them, and you got to put them out there. And like, and I'm glad that you said that because somebody that's your age, you get guys that are my age, and a lot of them that we blame everything on a younger generation. It's not necessarily true. It can be the guys in my generation. They fuck up stuff all the time. They do the same dumb shit. Guys older than me. And you can be 19, 20 years old and have the right mindset and do all the right things and produce good dogs at a young age. And I mean, there's guys out here that do it that's been raised doing it. You know, they're generational hog hunters. And like you said, with it being a cool thing to do, some people just don't understand that it's not about taking a picture and putting it on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
It's about making those dogs. So with that being said, you said you're feeding up your puppies and stuff. How do you go about making these dogs from yourself? You know what I mean? Like tell us older guys, what a younger guy like yourself, the process of what you do.
Yes, sir. Well, all right. Well, for this letter I got here, this is this is a litter bred out of my best female dog that I have. She's a leopard. And she's a leopard hound. She's out of that red bone mix, but her brother looks like a straight red bone hound, and then she looks like more of a leopard hound. She has that burrow.
Yeah.
But I take puppies and I'll pin them up. Right now, see, I'm not a sell a puppy quick type of guy either. I have the whole litter still in there.
There you
They
go.
was born in February, and I have my whole litter in the yard still right now.
Hell yeah.
I usually take a puppy, feed them up, try to get my hands on them throughout their life. I'll leave them alone. Right now, I haven't showed these puppies a hog, which I would have liked to, but I haven't gotten a piglet small enough yet. But I try to get these dogs a little comfortable around me. I don't want them too skittish, so I can have a handle on them when they're older.
Mm-hmm.
And I just start showing the puppy a hog. Whenever I'll show them it, if they're not interested yet, I'll give them some time. Show them again. I'll keep showing a dog a hog. And usually I never have a problem with a dog baying a hog. Like I've never had a dog that I've owned or raised, not bay a hog or not catch a hog. So, eventually they come around and do it. I always give a dog time and patience, But me, I personally start hunting these dogs. Like if I have a puppy that's already doing, confident on a hog and can bay a hog by itself, I'll start taking that puppy at like 10 months to a year, depending if I have room to take the puppy yet.
Gotcha.
But I'll start taking it then and giving it a chance and taking that dog on multiple trips. And one thing about me is I'm a very patient person, and I like to give my dogs a lot of patience. I'm hard on them, but I give them time because I done seen a lot of dogs. They might start off slower, but when they hit that 2 years old, you let them mature more, that dog, turns into a whole different dog.
That's right.
And it's a different caliber. So I'm very, very heavy on, patience with the dog and giving it time or letting it grow up. Some people, if their dog ain't finding a hog at a year old, they want to, get rid of it, call it out. But
Mm-hmm.
I give a dog patience, especially if I like the dog and I already like what it does on a hog. I like to give the dog time. I feel like that's the most important thing is time and trips with these dogs. A lot of people don't understand that. Is to make a good dog, you need time and patience.
Without a doubt, buddy. That was a good answer. That was a good answer.
Sir.
Like I said, coming from, guys that like myself and, or more like my age, people that's been doing it a long time. That's exactly what we want to hear from the next generation of hunters. And it doesn't matter if it's hog hunters, rabbit hunters, whoever, the next generation of dog men that's coming up. You're definitely on the right track, as far as I can tell.
Yes, sir.
With that. So, my hat's off to you. Just keep doing that. And shit, you got it whooped, man. Ain't no doubt.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
So like you said, with the culture, I noticed that like Florida has its own vibe.
Yes.
It's a little look, man. I tell you, like South Georgia, deep South Georgia, and deep South Alabama, and Florida. Like when it comes together right there, it's its own thing. I can only imagine being further down south in Florida. I don't know, man, because everybody was so chilled, laid back, such a good time, and everybody ran dogs. Everybody. Like we just went out there a couple of weeks ago. And dude, like I'm telling you, it was like fucking being on vacation at the beach. You riding around, riding in the buggies. You got music wide open, drinking cold beer, having a good time, and catching hogs.
Yes, sir.
I was like, this is a whole different world from what I do, and so I can only imagine what it's like in your area. So tell us, like I said, how what kind of vibe is it down there?
It's always a welcoming vibe, like especially the people I hang around. We're open and a lot of anybody cool can hang with us. You know what I mean? We different though. Like we wear different things than people in hunting. I don't wear pants. I don't wear boots. I don't wear like collared shirt.
Yeah.
I wear Crocs and shorts and a long shirt when it gets cold, I wear a ski mask, and people hate it. A lot of people have different emotions about what we be wearing. But if you check Boars N Broads post for it, they've made a post one time and people had went crazy because we had mask on.
Yeah.
It'd be cold and my face cold.
Yeah.
Put a mask on.
I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But,
Hey.
yes, sir. But a lot of people, some people they just got different feels about it. We got our own little different type of swag and hunting. We do our own little thing. But hunting keep us out of trouble, and that's all we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, that's I think that's good as hell. Because what you do and the way you dress and the way you do things, it's different than what I do. But I look at it like this: you're different. You dress different, and you do it a little different than I do. But I also do it different than you do, and I dress different than you do. You know what I'm saying? The roles are reversed.
Yes, sir.
So to you,
Yes, sir.
when you pull up here, you're like, man, why this motherfucker got on long pants and boots? Like, why has he got all this shit on? It's hot,
Yes, sir.
And I promise you, when we went down there, I was like, dude, I was the only person that had on jeans.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else had shorts and all that on. I was like, this is what I wear every day. But by the end of the day, well, honestly, probably by the end of the second day, I was like, man, I could probably just take my shoes off and run around in shorts and be okay. And guess what happened? Didn't I was out there. I had my shorts on, no shoes on, just chilling. I was like, damn, I'll be on the damn beach before long. Yeah, it was fun.
Yes, sir. It's always a good time over here in Florida for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a trip further down south and see what it's like down there. I'm gonna have to go down there.
Yes, sir.
There's a guy that's got a business called the Best Camo.
Yeah, that's That's Alex.
Alex.
That's my uncle.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
You
Well,
know me.
oh yeah. Well, that me and him we talked the other day, and that's what I told him. I might have to come down there. He told me come on. He's like, come on, we'll go down there and hunt.
Yes, sir.
He might throw me out there and let them gators eat me though. I don't know.
Yes, sir. Uncle hunts them sugarcane fields.
Yeah. Yeah, that sugar cane now, that stuff right there. Who was telling us about that? Oh, Hunter and Kyle, wouldn't it? We had some guys come from south. They were a little bit south of New Orleans, Louisiana, and they got a lot of sugar cane down there. And they invited us to go hunt with them. They came up and hunted with us, and they were talking about the sugar cane. So tell us a little bit about the sugar cane and how you hunt it and how tough it is.
Yes, sir. So the city I live in, it's called the American Sweetest Town. So we are the home of U.S. Sugar. I'm not sure if you know that, but it's like
Wow.
it's biggest sugar plant in the country. So we have a lot of sugar cane fields around here, like around the cities surrounding us and in my city directly. But I've hunted sugar cane plenty of times. I've hunted U.S. Sugar's property with some people that I know that have permits. I personally don't have a permit, but I'll tell you one thing. There's two different sides to sugar cane hunting, and there's the tall side, which is when that sugar cane's tall, high, and it's going to be a little harder. And then when it's cutting season, it's a lot easier. You ride out, when they cut all that cane, and it's just a flat field, there'll be hogs just sitting out in there open. If you go out there with a thermal,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to see these hogs sitting in the open, dropping on them. But when it's high, it's a different story. You're going to need a good dog.
How tall does it actually get?
It gets tall, like 14 foot, like tall.
No shit. Okay.
It gets like 12, 14 foot, I'd probably say. I've seen some tall cane, like, up there. And big.
Damn. I didn't think it was that tall.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I was thinking like maybe
it's
6-8 foot, something like that,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
intimidating.
Get up there.
Oh shit, yeah. Because if you get in that thick, like you'll have to send you.
Be dark in there.
Well, yeah, you'll have to like. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You get in a bad situation with a bad boar hog, you can get shit messed up quick. I imagine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is rough in there. And there's the wind. Like if you're in a part of the cane where the wind hitting it directly a lot, it's gonna cause what is called blowover cane. It's like cane that's all blowed all over each other, like tangled up.
Mm-hmm.
Like because the cane is planted in rows, so it's supposed to be like rows. Eventually, it just gets all busted up. But The blowover cane is the worst. It's like all tangled up. It's like running through a knot. You're trying to run through a knot the whole time.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
That's like them. Do y'all? Let me ask you a question. Do you guys have gallberries where you live?
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay. I didn't know what it was either. We went hunting with Cody Godwin, and this was in deep South Georgia, right at the Florida line at the Okefenokee. And dude, that shit is bad. Like it's like a bush and a vine combined. I don't know, man. You can't hardly break through it or anything like that. I didn't know if y'all had that if it was that far south or not.
Well, yeah. Well, if you had another name for it, I probably would know it. But we do have like a lot of bad. We got briars down here. And some thick shit.
Well, that's what they were. That's all they called it. Though was because I asked him there was another name. He said no, it's just they called it gallberries. So I didn't know if it might be some. I don't know what else to call it. I know that shit is it's thick. We had a big old titty style bait, and we tried to get in that shit. Like you had to get on your hands and knees and just crawl. There ain't no bobbing and weaving through it. You just give up, just get on the ground and go.
Yeah, the Army crawled through that thing.
Yeah, and I was like, damn. But they also said it was really dry right now. And so I guess we kind of got lucky because it wasn't real wet in those areas. And normally it's underwater. So I guess we got lucky where we were at because if it had been underwater hill, I don't know how in the hell we would have got out there.
Yes, sir.
It'd have been bad. So does anybody that do they run and catch dogs down there?
Yes, sir. I actually got a buddy over here. I got a couple people that run more grittier dogs than me.
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy. He runs a bird, bull, Catahoula mix.
Yeah.
And he got a whole line mix. They're that and cur dogs. They're like little brown dogs. They look like little bird dogs, but them bitches they're running and they trying to hit something.
That's right. Because I don't know. I talked to 2 or 3 people and they brought that up before. They said there's a lot of people that's running the run and catch dogs, trying to, you catch them quick, I guess, so that way you ain't got to get out there real deep on one that's bayed. Do the hogs take a bay pretty good where you live, or are they pressured and run real bad?
It's just all depends on where you at. Like if you're in an area where there's a lot of people hunting, and like for example, like the res, the Seminole Indian res, like those hogs are gonna run a lot more because they have a lot of pressure. So those hogs already know what a dog is. They're getting ran, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And, competing to like a spot that only you have permission to, is going to be different. It just all depends, on the area you're at. Every spot is gonna give you a different type of hog. A hog that wants to fight, and then you might go down the road and you might run runners all night. You never stop them. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I got you. That's what we noticed when we were down there at Cody's. There was a lot of hogs there, but man, they knew what a dog was, because I promise you, when they heard something, they was gone.
A lot of people don't think it, but there's some hogs with them Nikes on around here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I could only imagine. Like I said, where we live at, there's hogs that run, but at the same time, the places that we hunt, we're the only ones that even hunt the property that we know of. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's people slip in and out. Now, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. But at the same time, it's like we don't have to compete with a bunch of people hunting. Like, these are our private places. You go in there. Some of these hogs have never seen people or dogs, so a lot of them you can bay them up pretty quick.
Yes, sir.
But then I go to other places. Then it's on. Then it's a race.
Yeah, that's definitely how I feel about it. I feel like it just all depends on like the spot, how many hogs it's holding in general, and then how much pressure it has on it.
Hell yeah. So how many is in your group that hunt together all the time?
We got about, I'd say like
the Motion Boys.
Yeah, the Motion Boys. We got a pretty good large group. I say around like 8 people, but not everybody got dogs.
Yeah.
Like four or five people have dogs, and then like the other just go for help. But then the rest of us have, like our own dogs. Three of us have like whole separate yards, like whole different type of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I have some of my buddies' dogs, like his bloodline. I'm running some of that, and that's what half of my puppies are out of my hound dogs. Is that cur dog bred into that hound dog?
Nice.
But we all have like our own little thing going.
Hell yeah, that's pretty good. Like I said, we used to do that years ago, and then for a long time, it kind of got to where nobody hunted together anymore. Everybody was kind of in competition with each other about land or whatever, just bitching and griping constantly, always on each other's ass. And it got old. So like we just hunted by ourselves, or like I hunted my son Nate. He would hunt with me, my brother-in-law, and that was it for a long time. And then Rodney started hunting with us. Was him and Grant started out. We all hunted together, and like we enjoy it. We enjoy going out and hunting with other people and seeing the different dogs and the different property and the way everything's done.
Yes, sir.
Because there's a lot of folks, they'll talk shit on your dog and be like, yeah, I could bring my dog would do this, my dog would do that. Well, shit, let's go. And it's not about really a competition. It's just like, I just want to see if my dog really can do it,
Yeah.
So, and I'll be honest, like I said, that was probably the hardest hunting that we've done, was right there, for real. It took till the second day for the dogs to put it together. Now after that, they started, we started clicking. But man, that first night, it was rough. I ain't gonna lie. It was like, damn. Yes, I even told Trey Moya and Josh Splash, guys, like, hey, I know y'all ain't gonna believe this, but them dogs have found pigs before. I promise you. I said, I promise you they have. And they had been running shit. They was already a mile and a half deep. But they kept losing the hogs, out in the marsh. It was something different. It's crazy, man. Or in the swamp.
It's definitely different when you switch the scenery for a dog, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot.
The guys that we talked about from Louisiana, that's why they came up and hunted with us. They wanted to hunt these mountains. And the first day that their dogs was kind of, you could tell they were off,
Yeah.
And then by the end of that, they started moving a little better. And what was, I guess, the second day we went, they really put it on then. They fired up.
Yes, sir.
And then we started running. Because like at first the dogs were only going out just like 150, 200 yards maybe. And now keep in mind, they were young dogs, the ones that they had, but I was thoroughly impressed with them after the fact,
Yes, sir.
But like you said, it's just if somebody's willing to really get in the vehicle in their truck and drive across a couple of states and put their dog and their self to the test, because it's totally different on your body as well,
Yeah. Running up them inclines.
Yeah. It's a little bit different. I thought being down there on that flat ground, I was like, this ain't gonna be shit. And like I said, I wasn't running, I was crawling. I was like, damn. Here comes that damn train. We got a train coming by, so you're probably gonna hear that for a second. I don't know if it will or not. Sir. So we'll let that roll through. And so I don't know. Usually it comes through. What time is it? 6:30? Right at it. Yeah, it's about time for the train. But
yes, sir.
So the guys the group that you got, is everybody about the same age?
Yes, sir. We're all around the same age. Some of us are still in high school, but I'm out of high school. But all of us around, like the same age. Nobody over 21.
All right, hold on just a sec. Let this summit go by.
Yes, sir.
Because he ain't gonna do nothing but lay on that fucking horn the whole time.
Well, he's gonna stop as soon as we get talking.
Yeah. Because it's like we got two railroad crossings right by our store, and like one's at one end of the building, and then maybe 50, 75 yards at the other end. And so he
Okay.
just honks that horn the whole damn time. So, but
Right when it comes by.
no, yeah. But anyway, man, like with everybody being that young, how did all of y'all get your start in the hog dogs? I mean, is this something that y'all have always done, or dad, uncle, grandpa, who?
Everybody had their own, little way, their own different way of coming in. Me personally, I feel like I was destined for it. Everybody wasn't, I think. I mean, my uncle, my papa, and my great granddaddy, they all used to hunt the same city that I live in right now, and the same, areas I used to be hunting. I hunted now, they used to hunt in. And I feel like when you're out here, like I'm in a smaller city in Florida. Like I'm not in a big city. I'm in a smaller city.
Yeah.
Where we got more woods than cities and stuff. It's cane fields and woods out here. It ain't big city. So I don't know. I feel like you've been destined for it. Like at least I was, and everybody else started their own little way. I got one friend that, his dad hunted. Another friend, his family hunted. So, everybody got brought up, around it.
That's good. Like I said,
Yes,
this was something that I didn't have anybody in my family that ran dogs on hogs. They ran dogs on other stuff, but so I always try to find out about that from anybody that we talk to is, how did they get started in it, how long they've been doing it. So you've been around this shit all your life.
Yes, sir.
So at being 19 years old, you're a veteran already. And
Yes,
I mean, just from talking to you, it sounds like it for sure.
Yes, sir.
So what's the average you'd say on your good sized boar hogs you guys got, like teeth and weight wise? And then what's your biggest that you've ever caught?
Yes, sir. Average, I say around here, you probably catch like a 195, 200, 180 with like an inch and a half, 2 inches. The teeth is like the average boar hog around here, like a fuck your shit up boar hog. Like them, I feel like those would be the worst ones.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, but that's probably like the average bull hog around here. We just caught one probably like that not too long ago. And then my biggest, I don't even know what my biggest on scale ain't even over 3 because I don't weigh hogs, but I definitely just caught a hog this year. My biggest hog this year wasn't on the scale, but it was definitely bigger than 3. I think it was a little bit over 3.
That's a good hog though.
Yes, sir.
That's a damn good hog.
It's not official. It's just we didn't weigh that hog, but I weighed a hog a couple months after that, and it was 270, 275. It was a bar we just caught a couple weeks ago, and that hog that I caught before was bigger than that hog.
I got you.
So I'm guessing around like 300 or something this year. Biggest hog this year, at least.
So about how many hogs do you think y'all catch on average for the year?
For the year?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not.
Okay,
I
didn't know.
Lie.
No, that's
sure.
cool. I mean,
a lot.
yeah, y'all catch a lot of them though. Yeah, because I mean, like I found that too. Like places that have a real dense population with hogs, most of the people they can't keep up with it because they might catch 20 a week or they might catch 100 in a week. If they hunt all week or some shit.
Yes, sir.
Like here, if you catch 4 or 5 for the whole weekend, you had a really, really good weekend.
Yes, sir.
Most of the time you're going to catch 1 or 2 a day, and that's about it. Well, and I mean, some people, of course, they're going to catch way more because they've got different properties or better properties, and then some of them are full of shit and they're going to lie about it. Usually, like I said, and as hot as it is right now, I'll be honest with you, man. Usually, if we catch a decent one, shit, I'm going to the house.
Yes, sir.
We knock it out and go to the house.
Me too.
So, do y'all have? Now, you can keep live hogs there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We're allowed to keep them and transport them live. Okay. We personally don't kill any hogs. Like people I hunt with, we do not kill hogs.
I wouldn't. I would never. Like I said, that legally we have to kill every hog that we catch.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes we don't catch them. You know what I mean? The dogs might bay them, and then by the time we get there, and somebody accidentally whistles for the dog, and the dog comes to us, the hog don't get killed. I don't know. I don't know what happened. And but anyway, dude, I wish we could it used to be like that where we could do it, but we can't. So I didn't know. Do you have like training pens and or do y'all have like high fences in y'all's area?
Yeah, we do have like a couple high fence outfitters around here that run like guided hunts and hold animals in them and stuff.
I didn't know if y'all were y'all able to sell hogs to them or.
Yes, sir. There's a prairie over here by the Seminole Res that buys hogs from people.
I got you. So you live close to the res?
Yes, sir. I'm about 45 minutes out from the Seminole Res.
I got you. You native yourself?
No, sir. I'm not native, but I have brothers and sisters that are half native. So I know a lot of people out there. All my close friends are from there.
Cool.
And then from the city I am,
That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
That I have a friend of mine in South Alabama. He lives on the Porch Creek Indian Res, and which I haven't talked to him in a while. But man, they catch some big ass hogs down there. Now they don't have to kill their hogs. They don't have to legally kill them there.
Yes, sir.
So that I always thought that was pretty cool too. I was like, I guess being on the res, you ain't it's a little bit different law.
Yes, sir.
So
it's a little bit different.
And so you get to go hunt over there?
Yes, sir. We was just out there this morning. We was on the res.
Okay, that's where you are at.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
I got a couple buddies over there, close friends, close dogman friends that, some people that have like a mindset of mine that actually, have a working set of a line of dogs and, I actually understand what it is to make a dog.
That's right. And it's hard to even have a discussion with people sometimes when they have so many outlooks on what they think a dog should be and how to make a dog and all that. And when they've never made a dog at all, they've always got them from somebody else or bought them or whatever,
Yes, sir.
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah. I also want to put another point in there for the younger generation because it's my generation.
Tell them.
Y'all younger bucks my age, y'all need to drop the competitiveness and just go outside, get you a good group of buddies, and just run dogs together. It's not always about a competition whose dog is better. Sometimes you need to just enjoy God's land and learn the dog that you got in front of you instead of worrying about whose dog is going to do this, when, that, and how, and where, and, every bit of that business.
Amen. And that's a good, strong, valid point right there.
Learn the dog in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people don't take that point into consideration enough.
No.
Yes, sir.
They don't. Like I said, they don't look at what they have and what they got right there to work with. They're too busy about trying to find something else off Facebook.
Yep.
And like you said, you get
Facebook market.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you got you a good group of friends and you surround yourself with those type of people like you're talking about that have dogs and know how to make a dog, well, I mean, shit, you ain't never gonna have to look for a dog.
Yes, sir. Nope. And I don't. All my hunting dogs are free.
That's
it. Every hunting dog I have right now in the back of my yard is free. The only dog I pay money for are my American Pit Bull Terrier. And that's just because I like mine well bred.
Yeah. And that's something that's seems like it's getting hard to find now. Is good game stock,
Yes, sir.
At least in our area, there's a few guys that I know that are still breeding up good dogs, and you can get them, but they're not cheap, But you can still get them.
Yes, sir.
But that's the problem. A lot of people, they want to pay, $100 or $200 for a catch dog, and the catch dog is the most important dog, because once you turn it, he's the one doing the work and taking the beating. It should be anyway. And so I think a lot of catch dogs are underpriced. If you're just going to buy one,
Yes,
So,
sir.
and I mean like catch dogs that are already trained and doing the whole deal. But at the same time, if you're going to have one, or you're going to be raising dogs and have your own line of dogs or whatever, then you definitely need to be cautious and be very picky about where you get them from.
Yes, sir.
So that
You know, I do a lot of evaluating on them too. Like I'm strict on the dogs, but I like I said, I give them time and patience. Like I ain't one of them people that just gonna, you know, they do this and then they gone. You know, depending on what it is.
that's it.
That's what we're talking about.
And that used to be I think that's a lot of people's issues. Is at one time or the other, you know, they were just too hasty and they didn't want to wait. They just wanted it right now. And I'm guilty of it too. When I was younger, I didn't want to wait. If the dog didn't show me what I wanted to see right then, I just moved to the next one.
Yes, sir.
And like over the years, I think the dogs that mature a little bit later, I think they've turned out to be the better dogs for me.
Yes, sir.
So that's, you know, giving them more time seemed like it's worked better.
What do you think, like a dog, how much time should a person give a dog? You know, with enough trips and
I'll be honest with you, that's all in the eye of the person as well. I think there's several factors in that. And the reason I say that is because your idea of a dog is a little different than mine, and it might be a little different than your buddy, and it might be a little different than the next guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So a dog at, say, a year old that shows good interest, he wants to hunt, he'll bathe the hog, do all that. That's what I like to see at about a year old for sure. I've already got them in the woods, moving them around. You know, they're doing good.
Yes, sir.
I know some people that start them out at 4, 5, 6 months old. We do, but what we do is we just like introduce them to a small pig, you know, at like 6, 7 months old. And once they show us that they want to do it, we just put them back up, let them be a puppy, let them grow a little more, and then 10 months to a year old, we start hauling them around a little bit. And if they show that they want to do it, we'll let them do it a little bit, then we'll hold them back. And then by that time, man, it seems like they're ready to break off out of the kennel to go hunt.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure every breed of dog is going to be a little different, and every dog is a little different. But usually, I'd say if you got a good program, sounds like you got dogs that produce.
Yes, sir.
I would say, but if you got a dog that's a year and a half old, it should be, it should be started.
Yes, sir.
That's usually about what we do, ain't it, Nate? What, by a year and a half?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. And a lot of times they're already fine. They're already doing all of it by then.
Yes,
but
sir.
some of them are they're late bloomers. And if they're a year and a half old and they don't show any interest, it's shit. I mean, if they don't show any interest at all before that, I ain't going to they got to show some interest.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with everything you just said.
But like I said, I have had some that I didn't do anything at all with them until they were a year and a half old. And I done this on purpose. I was like, well, I'm going to wait until they're what I think is they're ready. Took them on the very first day that we took them to the woods, and they found their own hog. It worked out great. Now, will that work every time? Probably not. But
Yes,
it did on that whole litter.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Sure.
it worked out really good on those. So what would you like to see happen as far as the hog hunting world? What would you like to see happen in the future?
More people to focus on their dogs instead of another man. Everybody too worried about, everybody else and who's better, and they don't, and a lot of people don't know what a good dog is. They sell, bullshit dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a bullshit spread. It's a circle. It's a it's an infinite circle.
It's a circle jerk.
Yeah, it's infinite. You know, take some time to actually sit down and learn your dogs and see what you're running. If what you're running ain't up to par, then restart, switch to something else. I'm not sure, but you know, I feel like there's a lot of competition in here. A lot of people hate on the next person. You know, just of anything. You know, my dog better than his dog. You know, my cat's dog never gonna miss. You know, everybody's dog is Superman until you see that dog actually work. But
yeah, oh yeah.
I feel like everybody should focus on themselves more than everybody else.
I agree. That's a very good outlook on it. We for a long time I was like, and I'm still like that. I'd like to see everybody be able to come together and to be able to hunt and work dogs and everybody get along and blah 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 and all that. But that's not going to happen. You can take the majority and everybody can get along, but there's always going to be some people that don't. But like you said, if people will worry about going hunting and what their dogs actually do instead of just running their mouth, I think it'd be a lot better.
Yes, sir.
And if you got dogs and they're not any good and somebody calls you out on it, first off, look at who's calling you out. And when I say calling you out, it don't have to be in a bad way. It could be like if me and you go hunting and you say, hey man, I want to go hunting, and you tell me what you think of these dogs. And we go hunting and I'm like, man, these dogs ain't no good. You're gonna have to do something different.
Yeah.
So, and then if you got somebody else that goes with you and they don't know shit and they're telling you something, it depends on who's doing it.
Yeah, who's giving you your information, or their output.
Exactly.
Everybody's opinion ain't, worth, but some people's opinion,
exactly
is worth.
And I'm not saying that my opinion should be held in high regard by any means. I'm just using that as an example because there's, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that they think I don't know nothing, and that's fine. I know I know what I do and I know what my dogs do.
Yes, sir.
And that's all I can really know for a fact. The rest of it's just bullshit. So,
yes, sir.
So you got any other big plans coming up? Y'all got anything going? You hunting any tournaments or anything?
No, sir. No tournaments. I mean, we went to Uncle Earl's this year. We went over there for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But as far as tournaments and anything, I usually don't do tournaments. A lot of people over here like to cheat, so I don't even be doing all that tournament stuff.
I got you.
You looked into any of the virtual tournaments?
No, sir. I never tried any of that.
Yeah, we do a virtual tournament. We do the Shankathon, and another guy, he's doing an Iron Dog tournament. I think it's like two guys and 4 dogs is all you're allowed to have, though.
Yeah, it's just the weekend. I want to say it's the weekend of the 26th to the 28th, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, it's here this month. But anyway, just tournaments like that we do those, and they've been very successful, and they get a lot more attention the last couple that we've had. And it's just a process video and all that. Hell, we'll talk about that some other time, though, if y'all ever get interested in doing it. But that's trying to figure out if we had any. I think we hit about all the topics we were talking about or had discussed. Sir. You got anything else you'd like to throw in on there? Or
sure. Yeah, sure. Well, we got a YouTube with some videos we haven't posted in a minute. If y'all wanted to go watch them, I ain't even trying to plug it into the podcast.
Put it out there.
See how we do it.
Put it out there. That's what we do.
It's motion entertainment. We got a few YouTube videos out there. Nothing recent. We ain't been updating because YouTube be taking our videos down. But there's some videos up there from some past hunts that we've had. You can see our faces, and see some of the dogs we run. It ain't too detailed into the hunt, Motion entertainment, yes, sir.
All right. You can put a link down below?
Yeah, I'll link everything.
Yeah, Nate's going to put a link and stuff in the description.
For your Instagram and all that.
And for your Instagram and all that. So, for our listeners out there, hey, y'all go give them a like, subscribe, go check it out, go follow, do the whole 9 yards, do all that shit that you do on social media.
Oh, yes.
Yes, sir.
So, and I mean, it don't take but just a second of your time. It take about a minute. You can go over there, and you ain't even got to watch the shit. All you got to do is just click on it and like it. Help these young men grow. Help these boys grow. Let's get them a paycheck.
Yes, sir.
Look at him. He's like, hell yeah, yeah. I want one of them some bitches too. Y'all help me help you.
Oh yeah.
So, but man, I like I said, it's a breath of fresh air to talk to a younger guy like yourself, and to know that we got a whole group of young guys out there that's killing it. And literally,
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
I mean, it is. I hope that our listeners that are out there that's been hog hunting for 25, 30 years, and I hope all of them can appreciate it as much as I have. And I'm not just saying that because, like I said, not just saying it because you're a guest on the show, but it really is, because there's so many guys out there right now that they're wanting to, like you said, hog hunting's cool. It's the cool thing to do instead of running a boar hog over with a truck or shooting one in a field and then riding it around on the dog box. Having somebody out there that's really, they're raising dogs. You got your own dogs. You're raising your own dogs. You got your own line of hunting dogs that you're working on. That's it.
Yes,
that's a good thing, man.
Yes, sir.
So we're headed
I
in the right
appreciate
direction.
that a lot.
All right,
Yes,
my brother.
sir. I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time out of your life. And I hope y'all hang a big mother sucker tonight.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. It was nice talking to y'all, man.
All right, my brother. Y'all be
You have a
good.
good one.
All right. Yes, sir.
All right, man. We'll see you.
All right.
All right, later. All right. Well, man, that I had no idea that he was that young.
Yeah, I didn't
Honestly, like I really didn't. That's the first time I've talked to him, and that really, like I said, that's a breath of fresh air to have somebody that's 19 years old that apparently they were taught very well about this stuff, or they've learned through listening and talking to other hunters over the years. They paid attention, and that's a big thing. Like I said, it's not a lot of guys that's 18, 19 years old. It's like you said, the rest of them's in high school.
They're doing it because it's cool.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about his group. Like there's some of them that's in high school that they're out there working, and they're doing this stuff every day. They're doing it the same way like we're doing it, I
thought you meant other people in his age group.
No, the other ones, they're just worried about taking a picture. And I mean, and I know that sounds like contradictory or whatever because we post pictures and stuff like that. But I mean, I didn't post any pictures for 15 years, very, very few. And we just, honestly, we don't hardly post that many of us. But we don't post all the hogs we catch, that's for sure. We probably post about 1/100th of them. And for a long time, we didn't post nothing but shows. We got on that kick for a couple of years. So, but anyway, so listeners, if you got somebody in your area that's young like that, that's putting in the work and the time, and they got it going on, y'all let us know about it. We'd like to talk to them. All you got to do, y'all can email us, y'all can hit us on Messenger, any of our social media stuff. Y'all, or however, all you got to do is find Dixie Doggers podcast, and we can work it out. So that's another one in the book. We'll wrap it up. And I want to say thank y'all. Thank you very much. And we love you. We love all of you. See ya.
Thank you. Hope y'all enjoyed that episode. Stay tuned for our new episodes every Monday and Wednesday. For questions, advertising, or just to chat, email DixieDoggers01@gmail.com.